Sharp boy sweet. What's up, boys? Your boy MB. It's your boy MB. What's happening? What's up? Right up in there. I don't know how much longer I can too much do it. What's up? What's up, man? What's up? MB, five for life. I know what's up, Lord. T Brew, what's up? MB live on the beat. I know he. What's up, Fred Potter? Woo. He checking in, waiting on me too. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going, Gerald? Joshua? Gravity 180 PCG. What's happening, man? Gravity 184 PCG. Yes, sir. We still waiting on that 151 at 18 hertz, 2 Z8s, ain't going on. What's up, Vincent? 153. Hey, Vincent. I don't know. Sometimes with the meter, that's why I said the X15. He said, nah, I know you like, wait a second. So that's why man, it just didn't happen then. It didn't happen because Blackman told me. But I don't know what happened in your case, but at least you knew. At least you knew, okay, there's something else going on here because this is possible. This shit allowed them a 315. This ain't making no sense. Something up with these meters. There's tricks you can do to it. Fred told me some things you can do, like holding your hand over the meter and and moving stuff to it so it bounces reverb off your hand or something, whatever. But that's why I don't like chasing meters. It really don't. It doesn't really give you an accurate depiction of how good something could be sounding. For sure, I do know that. Sure, we got a customer just find that out for himself. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, homie. One thing for sure, I want y'all to understand this here. I want y'all to understand one thing because that's what got the other dude in trouble. The other guy, I'm not a goat. I'm not a master. I'm a guy who got an opinion based off some facts, things that can't be changed. That's all I am. I speak for 62,000 people. Kind of agree with what I say. And over, not even half, close to half of that who ain't subscribed, just watching. So it's 50-50, which I'm good with that. If they don't subscribe, they just want to watch. I get paid off you watching. I'll get like an extra 0.001% if you watch and you subscribe. But I don't like those titles and terms. Because one thing for sure, I'm going to make sure I stay humble. I'm always going to learn. Joshua, I hope for y'all's sake, particularly what they do with some eights, get the performance level and get it. We can take eights and do 151 dB at 30 hertz. I'll be happy. It ain't got to be 18 at 30 hertz. Hey, push the envelope, but make it fit so it can fit up on the seat of the truck. Don't make it just so big that it has no functional use because in this channel we are functional bass heads. There are other bass heads. There's HPL bass heads. There's SQL guys. The street beaters. It's so many different genres. I speak to my niche. My niche is functional bass head. And these small boxes, these eights. With that being said, y'all. And I meted them DC audio M4s and that 1.3 cube box. I'm gonna show you. I might show y'all that tomorrow. We ain't hit the 135. We're not. And it might be because my cabinet is so large. My cabinet is huge, man. I think you got to go to a 2.5 inch resonator Helmholtz resonator box, aka box, to be able to pressurize. A port has to be a certain size to be able to pressurize to that level. Even when I did the Euphoria audio and the B2 audios, their box size went down. That port still shot up there. But 1.3 going to 140, that ain't happening. Not my cabinet anyway. So I'm probably gonna put my boards back in there. It sounds great though. Transition from one those to the next. It sounds great, but when you start to apply power, it starts to move far more air than you can get going out that port. And so your dBs don't increase. And that's what I've been saying. The box size determines what's gonna happen. And a certain box size is gonna need a certain size high performance 8. 1.25 is big for some 8s. For these super 8s is be cool. Be cool to 1.25. You don't want to go out to 10. Ruben, you can put more power to them G7. I don't know if you know that. What's up, Mr. Musical Bass Enhancer? I'm still getting comments on the sound of these solos in your box. Thank you, T Brew. Hey, yo, thank you, man. Me and Steve Irby, I'm proud I speak for him and Kip. We're glad you got him. We're glad you got him. I'm glad you like their interpretation of bass. Bobby White, what's up, man? Live and Kip from Cali. Busy, you tripping. I wonder why I did that. Duplicate it. That way you can know what actually happened. I know you sat there and try to do that over again. This is Vincent, man. I did his 3 H15 box where he got 2 XAV4s that did a 140, 137, at 37 hertz. I think he did a 140 with 2 Sundown XAV4s. Am I right? Am I right, Vincent? And you only see truck box, and it's a prefab box, but it was at 37 hertz. Wasn't it 140? 138, 39. What was it, man? I was in a vehicle with you was a 137, 38. And then you went home, took it out of the clip and did something. We got the 140, but I believe it was at 37 hertz or something like that, which is around the tune on the box. So we know, and the X8 has a king title. We know it's possible to do 140 with 8s on music. And Vince, you know it too. But anyway, he was messing with it. And he sent me a picture and said, hey, man, this thing just said 153 at 41 hertz. He said, I don't even believe this, man. Yeah, this is something up here. It's something else. Because it didn't sound like, obviously, Vince, like, it didn't feel like no 153. So, but he ain't gonna, it was just between me and him. He shared to me. He said, man, I must be. But I said, man, I don't know. Duplicate it. See what happens. Maybe it is 153. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't understand it either. Fred, this guy right here, Vincent, this guy heard my 2508s and he said this is the loud. This is Fred. He said it's the loudest 28s I never heard in my life, and I'm a competitor. I do this stuff. And said, man, I ain't never heard. But he said it's something wrong with your meter because that's way loud. And I said, bro, I know for a fact they'll do 142 on this meter. So Fred was like, man, get you another meter. We're gonna test the meter when you come because I just don't believe your meter. I said, well, I'm gonna keep my meter for the simple fact that if it is more than what I say, as long as I keep trying to impress this meter, when I go somewhere, they really gonna be like, oh man, we're doing a 140, whatever it is. I don't know. I just think my cabin size, and I'm gonna say this too before I go any further about the meter. Let me ask you, throw this out here and see what y'all think about it. You can have two vehicles with the exact same speakers. Two of the same vehicles. No. Two trucks. One a mega cab. One a 1500. Or you can have two vehicles with the same speakers on the same power. One in a sedan, one in a Toyota, one in a Nissan Maxima. All same speaker, same amp. To the ear, they sound exactly alike. And you can do overall musical score, outside musical SPL score, they're doing the exact same thing. But as soon as you put that meter inside that vehicle, this vehicle louder than that vehicle, but overall they're the same loud as outside. How's that possible, MB? Sound pressure level, the space that you have the meter in, is telling you how much pressure is being generated at that place, wherever it's placed at. Kick, window, inside this vehicle. You take that meter score, you put it in a different vehicle, different place, or it could be the same vehicle. No, it can't be the same. It got to be a different vehicle. The pressurizer of the cabins, it might be same speaker, same amp, same power, same box. And it's everything the same except for the shape of the car. One's a sedan, one's a truck. One's a coupe, one's a four-door sedan. They put both of them put the meter in the kick. And the coupe is higher. And the sedan is lower, possibly. But to the outside environment, both of them loud. How's that possible? Because the SPL meter is just measuring how loud something is at that spot. It's not recording the entire vehicle, it's recording where it's at. Where is it inside the vehicle? So just because, and that's why people will tell you that sometimes you can hear vehicle system, man, that is loud as hate. But when you put the meter inside the vehicle, it's not as if that's your quantification of loudness. When you put the meter inside the vehicle, the meter says 134. You're like, nah, it's because it's musical, it's carrying, but it's not generating a lot of pressure in that spot that meter's in. So then you say it ain't loud. And you wrong. Stuff y'all think about. Don't chase numbers unless you are SPL competitor. Hey. Triumphs is contributing to Vincent's special needs bill. So for those reasons, limiting what I say about Triumphs. That's what you can afford. Right, Wendy, why are you doing that? For this reason. Vincent is not a like driving around going to different shows, being sponsored. Triumph did the same thing that John Raby did. And that's why he's got the FMX subs going inside that box now instead of a previous, somebody previous. And he knows, John Raby knows, like Triumph knows, this dude's not going to be going to a whole bunch of shows like that. But when he do, what our name on the side of it, they say we want awareness brought to Angel Man syndrome. That's big. So I ain't gonna bash Triumph no more. Now you see I eased up on Scar. I got to. And I got because once I see something different, and this is what I've been telling you about brands that's actually socially responsible, socially conscious. There's a lot of brands that might come through here or don't come through here. You're like, wait a minute, why you don't do that? See, I know something else that I ain't gonna speak right here on the channel, but I don't want you to run it. I don't feel they're socially responsible. My big boys, DD and Kicker, they said the example that all the other companies inside of the MBE carry follow. So I can stand behind them. And I like what Triumphs did for that vehicle. Can't take nothing away from that. So I can't take that, Fred. You gotta ease up on them, man. Ease up on them. As far as the last video with the comparison of speakers, people will say something for you to say something. Eagles don't count their feathers, they just fly high. Ooh. When the video comparison speakers, people will say something for you to say something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Eagles don't count it for they just fly. Yeah, I get you, but I got to let people know because that's a hurtful rumor. That's a hurtful rumor. That's a hurtful rumor. And I know Scott behind this Subwoofer. Sitting there looking at it right now, contemplating the box I'm gonna build for it. Cause I told you I bought one and John sent me one. So he's trying to go for that 140 title. He's trying to go for the NBA King. So he thought in my opinion. I respect that. So he sent me the other one. Okay, we'll put it in that truck. We'll put it in that truck. Now remember now, it gotta do it. I can't. I don't do no further. I don't do no line. I think it's gonna do it. Scott behind it. But it gotta do it. That's why some manufacturers don't like this channel. Because boy, look at here. If you don't get it, I might try a little bit later. But when you get back behind that truck, boy, all my them 62,000 people said, boy, you better hit it. You better hit it. It's about 5,000 coming for these eight. 6,000 people looking for these eights. You get behind that seat in that full side box, and I say we shooting for that title. Woo! You get the title, you're good. You don't get the title. But I think he's gonna make it. We're gonna see. But I have to get rumors, and that was a bad rumor, Big J. As soon as I seen the comment, I said, "Well, I know who's starting this," because they beefing with John Raven. So because your distributor dealing with and man, this distributor, you're gonna put a lie is a cold blooded lie. I showed y'all. That's the thing I tell you that I keep these manufacturers in line and check. Cause there's gonna be somebody gonna fact check this stuff they around there saying. Can't just say anything and sell people anything no more. No sir. If I don't know, I'm gonna start asking questions. I'm gonna get when you start a bad rumor, I'm gonna start a question. I'm gonna start make people thinking. I wonder why. Yeah, like why we still ain't got this 151 with two Z8s at 18 hertz. I'm gonna ask people start asking questions. I'm gonna sit here and wait. Please prove me wrong. I win either way it goes. It'll be an 8. They can do a 151 at 18 hertz. But I want to see 2 8 do a 151 at 30 hertz. Yeah. 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 Come on, man. I'm waiting. But anyway, that's why I do that, man, to dispel the truth. People to put the truth out. There's a lot of companies, man, got some great products. Got a lot. You got to get off social media F book and start looking around. You'll start seeing a lot. It's a lot of other stuff that's compatible. Very compatible. And competitive. Yeah. Well, I can't get Fred to calm down. Oh, Fred just be dogging everybody. Fact now fiction. Hey, I run a DB minute on the home dash and hit a 145. I went to ICA and hit a 142. I don't trust the home. It's true. It's true. It's true. So that's why I'm like, hey, the meters, boy, calibration, placement, all that. Okay, based on your SQL, and SPL video, I think the 9510 is the SPL sub. Is there a SQ or is there a SQ or SQL sub that'll fit in the box you built me without raising tuning? A direct swap. I don't remember. You got to message me, Brandon. I don't remember what box I built for you. I don't know why y'all think I done built like 10 boxes in 4 years. I done built. I done stopped putting pins up there. I'm over 2,000 boxes. I can't remember. I remember your name though. I do remember a lot of people's names. I got that many contacts in my phone. Message me. But if we're talking about, so you must maybe have a 9510. So then you would look at the 600 series, or if you look by DD, you look at the 6 or the 700 series. And if you want to go straight to SQ, you want to look at the DD 1100 series. I'm glad you understand what I was telling you about SQ, SQL, and SPL. Not saying that the SPL sub ain't gonna sound good, but that's not what he made for. He made for numbers. He made for serious big demo builds. I think a company should be balanced in the SPL They shouldn't have that many SPL subs. Some people think actually different. Those people who have all these SPL subs, they money grabbers. Look at Kicker. Kicker got one big SPL sub. What's that? Solo X. All the rest of they subwoofers are SQL. All the rest of them SQL. With the Comp Q being SQ. So they got more SQL subs because they going after that market. That's the biggest market, SQL. People functional base head. Most people ain't taking their seats out their truck. Most people ain't they want their sound and they still won't be able to use the vehicle what it should be used for. Driving to and from work, carrying goods without it getting wet and getting there faster. So you want a company that's why I don't listen to them guys on Facebook, because most of those guys are just following the rehash the things the SPL guys tell them, and that's why they got these companies with these massive subwoofers that are not SQL, they just straight SPL. You gotta do too much to run. You gotta do it, and you got companies that's why they pattern themselves with. I think you're gonna trip when I say this. Scar, that's why he's so popular. Kevin, it's Scar. Most of his subs are SQL. I didn't say they my kind of SQL, but most of his subs are SQL. He only got the ZVH line. That's it. He got one SPL sub. What about the VXL? SQL. Go either way. What about the Evil? SQL. SVR. SQL. And SQ. Now unless you're gonna throw no more than 200 watts to it. But all his subs are SQL for the most part. And one line is SPL. He patterned themselves off kick. Much more successful. Very strong company. He got Floyd Mayweather back in that stuff. I didn't say it's for me though. You're gonna bash. But then you got guys that's coming out and they just selling you a huge subwoof. They even brag about how much it weighs. My challenge to tell y'all, don't listen to them type of guys. If you do, you shouldn't be here. Because it makes no sense to be here. I ain't gonna talk about that type of stuff. I'm talking about practical stuff. Practical stuff. I ain't here to take you, but I'm here for you to use your vehicle, have a good base, go to and from work, take your wife out, have some fun. Hey MB, I'm smelling burnt cord at full tilt on amp. Could it be that I need more power? My amp is clipping, calling here on the voice cord. That's true. That could be the answer right there, bro. You're trying to do too much. How's your amp set? And if you run the full tilt trying to get more out the amp than what it's supposed to be, yeah, them cords gonna heat up. And don't forget, they still 8 inches. Still 8-inch cones. $135 nice score with 2/8. Can't hit on that. Fill the cabin up nice. Yeah, but that 1.3 box is not doing what I want to do. Lose that 1.3 box. Maybe if I move it closer to the wall, it sounds good. It sounds great. But I think of boy, the things I do for y'all, man. Things I do for y'all. Y'all know I got 2 solo. I'm looking at 2 solo X's. And I'm running here playing with 1.3, 1.2 QB box. I'll be all right. Let me see here. Here's a question. I just bought a single kicker comp Q10X. Is it a waste of time to put a woofer into a sealed box? It's only a waste of time if you listen to hip hop and R&B and you want real low bass extension. If you listen to pop, rock and roll, this would not be a waste of time. This would make you feel like it's still a subwoofer. Any subwoofer sounds good in a box built for it based off the genre of music you listen to. That right there is a fact. Let me say it again. Any subwoofer will sound good in a box built for it based off the genre of music you listen to. Who gonna argue with that? I listen to a lot of rock, acid rock, pop. Do I need a porta box? Nope. You listen for a subwoofer with great transit response. Low, a very low QTS accuracy. High QS, high QT. Let me make sure I say that right. I'm looking make sure the QES that you're looking for a subwoofer with the low QTS is for a ported box. I'm always getting this confused. I keep getting this confused every single time. I don't want to speak on, but anyway, we got to speak on the Q part till I get this mastered in my head. I know when I'm looking at it. I refresh myself and articulate it to you. Here's the thing: you're looking for a subwoofer, hip hop and R&B. You're looking for a subwoofer that doesn't have that much dampening. That I do know, so you can get some exaggerated lows because the hip hop and R&B and rap, take the rap coming out of Atlanta, California, and Texas, from the hot spots right now. This is bass heavy, bass laden music. Good transit response, not so much what you want. You want that linger. You want that corner resonate a little bit more, not so much stop on a dime. Let's say you listen to rock and roll and pop. You don't want that. Orchestra. You don't want that. You want to hit and quit. So you need a subwoofer with good transit response. Cone might not necessarily be that heavy. The heavier the cone, the deeper the bass in relation to the BL. All this stuff go together, not just one factor. So you got to look at the BL, what is moving, what size of the membrane. But any subwoofer sounds good. And a box built for it based off the genre of music you as the owner of that subwoofer listen to. Can't argue that. All right? Y'all finna lose me in a minute, y'all. I pulled a 150.2 at 44 hertz. I ain't gonna get it with a single A, two bass ultra A. Ooh, in 2007. Woo! But at the kick at the tournament, at the tournament, Northwood. Woo, boy! Well, he had a special box there, didn't you? Woo, boy, that's a special box. But you had 42, 44. We don't need 44. We need 18. Oh, that's easy. Penalty vehicle, that's easy to do. I'm showing anything I'll do, anybody can do. Easy. I got a new kick of war. I want to get 2X, probably so X, and hit a 145. Penalty vehicle. There's John Petler has a Ford Festiva. He's at a 145. Hit a 145. See, that's why I don't be so about meters. If the vehicle shrink, the meter score go high. You take a box, take 210s inside a sedan. I say 295 tens inside of a sedan. They doing 148 dB, 35 hertz, crushing load. Oh, man, that's loud. Almost there. Hey, that same box, same power, put inside a Tahoe. Yukon Denali. It ain't gonna be 148. In fact, it might be, from my experience, it might be 145, but the frequency gonna go down. And it's gonna be at 35 hertz. It's gonna be like at 30. What? Yeah. Because the longer wavelength gonna travel to the meter. Same subs, same box, same power. Illustration I gave you earlier. That Tahoe gonna sound deeper than the car. So that's why meter scores to me really and truly don't mean nothing. It's just a quantification I use for trucks. Because I've seen how they loud. This vehicle is obviously louder than this vehicle on music. You can see this. But this smaller vehicle is loud on the meter. And the only way you can answer that is It's obvious. Smaller vehicles, smaller pressurized cabin. It's obvious this largest vehicle is louder and deeper, longer for the base wave to develop. A lot of tricks to this stuff, man. That's why I just want to tell y'all some things to look at. Hey, man, rear loader horn with the characters of the T-line, tapers, and seals firing into that box. Yeah, it's a possibility. No, it ain't. Yeah, it is. No, it's not fucking not. It's not. And it's a very damn be following me. No, it's not. Let me tell you why it's not. I want y'all to look up horns. That's why, hey, shouts out to Drew Jones. You know, me and him agree with everything. He said it ain't possible. You know why it ain't possible to horn? A horn takes an area of high impedance and transmits to an area of low impedance. It broadcasts the sound. You ever been to a concert? Take your shirt off, throw it in the air while the horn fast, see if it's gonna float in there. It's a horn. I'm serving Vega horns, clips horns right there on that stage. You can hear the bass. Yeah, you can hear the bass. You can feel it too. Yeah, you can hear and feel it. But not enough to generate that pressure. That when you say horn. It broadcasts sound in this very direction. I mean, look at the damn box. Come on, man. Y'all that would get me. What reputable manufacturer is gonna look at this box and say, yeah, this is the true bill right here? Come on, man. Money grab, man. Stop it. Yeah, come on, man. Look at the box. Yeah. What boy, look at here. Hey, Louis. That meter is an eye opener, boy. That's why I tell you, don't get your meter. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. Kid, tell what happened. You cannot. He got that meter. He said, oh man. MB, I thought I had to be as loud as you. I said, no, not going to that meter. I old man, not according to that meter, you not. What is ringing my ears? 135. 135. Between 130 and 135, you're gonna feel the ting in your ear. Depending on who you are. Between 130 and 135. But that's not 142. It's louder than this? Yes. So that means, yes, 2/8 ain't doing no 151, 18 hertz. Fat now fiction. Exactly, homie. Exactly. So you gotta know, man. You gotta know. Yeah. So let me see, man. Look here, man. I'm about to go with y'all. Is a made up word that says probably. Look at it. Look at it. Look at this brother right here. SQL is a made up word to sell products to naive customers. SQL is a made up word to sell products. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. Slick Frick Rebase Music Edits. So we got SQ Subwoofer. And you got SPL. He's saying SQL is some bullshit to sell. Okay, it's some bullshit. So then using your logic, then Orion ACCA sounds just as good as J Audio 8W7. One's definitely SQ. One's definitely a marketing that says SPL. Once you get to a certain amount of windings in that core, 8-layer, 4-layer, increasing winding height. That's a lot of heat. When the driver's on low power, it may be mimicking the sound quality because the wave is moving. It's just 30 hertz, 30 hertz, no matter who playing it. But once you start applying this power, that voice cord starts to heat up. When the voice cord starts to heat up, it's not as responsive as it was on a different operating temperature. So your sound quality is going to degrade. That's when people ask me, man, how does the speaker sound? When you get to 150, 40 dB, bro, we ain't talking about sound quality at all. What is it? It's just loud, man. At one or two particular frequencies. If you look at the meter on them scores, it actually tell you, yeah, 141, 30, 31 hertz, 30 hertz, Throw it through her. Yeah, right around there. But it sounds so much better when it's low because it's picking up everything when it's low. You start applying that power, you ain't gonna pick up all the frequencies. And so some subwoofers are actually geared just to play within a certain operating range. They ain't gonna do more than that. And then you have what he says made up. The SQL guys, like the Prodigy Audio sub. He has the ability to get loud, but he's not only as loud as a true SPL sub. I showed y'all the differences right there in front of you. And that's why with this guy slick bass rebates, whatever Eddie said, is a made up word. When you look at them 310s, you actually telling me that comp Q gonna get as loud as that G7? Or are you gonna tell me the G7 gonna sound as good as that comp Q? We don't need the Prodigy and the comp Q. We just need this monstrosity, this 4,000 watts on it. Come on, man, make this shit make sense, man. You got to make this stuff make sense, especially when you're laying information to people. You got to make this stuff make sense, man. Yeah. Look, man, it is. I've been up here 35 minutes. I'm a little tired. I will see y'all again tomorrow by 7:30. Y'all be blessed.